right? Okay, as you guys know, I had to remove the video that I posted about China, Shenzhou, China, where they froze the citizens' bank accounts, right? That's right, they froze the citizens' bank accounts. Now, the citizens protest outside the bank actually literally called the cops. And when the cops showed up, things were not pretty, right? The protesters clashed with the cops over their money. The protesters clashed with the cops over their own money in Shenzhou, China. Okay? Now, I say this to say these things, right? When you're looking at it from a standpoint like this, Canada, when they had the trucker convoy, Canada, they froze the citizens' bank accounts, right? Tunisia, they froze the citizens' bank accounts when they were protesting, right? So, short and real sweet, this is why the governments of the world, they want to go electrical. They want to go off the grid, right? Because they can flick a switch and freeze all your assets just like that. You see? So they don't want you to have paper dollars anymore. They want everything digital so they can flip a switch whenever you don't like something or you disagree with something that they do. They can flip a switch and literally take you out of the system. Literally make all your assets vanish. And this is what's wrong with the going digital or going electrical issue. That's the issue I see with it. They put it in front of your face. They did it in Canada with the trucker convoy. They did it in China, Shenzhou, China, and they did it in Tunisia. So you guys always keep some cash on you. Always keep some coins or tokens on you, because you never know when your government might get pissed off and hit the switch on you. This is 504 Cut. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Be safe out there.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked, for the day of evil. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp in Trinidad with another video, another lesson to the power and spirit of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakah HaKodash. First and foremost, Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakah HaKodash. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites who may look as the other nations, but are Israel through their forefatherly lineage. And shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. Hey, this is the time now that we ought to get ready for a head-on collision. Alright? Because the wicked that the Most High had created, alright, is about to bring forth that evil day that the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, had assigned. Alright? Because things are not going to get better, but I could guarantee you things are going to get worse and much more worse as the days goes by. Alright? So, pursuant to that video that was played before, this lesson here started, that is a how I would put it, that is a red flag for something that I've been speaking about, especially myself and Brother Yerushalayim had been speaking about, in a couple videos concerning bank bail-ins. I had spoken about it in about 2-3 videos on my channel by myself and Yerushalayim, Brother Iwadash. We did a before camp edification, and mention it. Mention stuff about it and whatnot, give a quick analyzation, quick breakdown, however you want to put it, concerning bank bail-ins. Now, I would have to, next time when I do next video pursuant to this, before I do it, I will prepare next clip. A clip of myself saying something along these lines, that there is going to come the day where you people, I say you people, I'm speaking about you Jakes, you Israelites, that, is going to go to the banks, whether it be in front of the teller or by an ATM, and is going to try to do a transaction to receive money, but he is not going to receive not a red cent, not one red cent, or not one black cent. Yeah? Because with this economic crash that is coming upon the face of the earth, your money is going to be used to try to keep the banks afloat. Alright, and I say your money, I'm speaking about the depositors. It is not going to be where like last time back in 2008, 2009, going all the way to 2011, where the government uses the taxpayers' money, to bail out these financial institutions. It is going to be the banks themselves bailing out themselves by the way of bank bail-ins, right? The depositors, and it ain't going to have a deposit cap in the sense of if anybody who has 100,000 and up, 200,000 and up, their money is going to be used. They are the ones that is going to have to make the ultimate sacrifice with their money. No, it is going to be all depositors, all right. And by means and ways and measures of doing it, they are going to bar you from coming to try to take out any money. All right. They are going to bar you from coming into the bank to do any withdrawal. And these are the things that we have been telling you all, we have been warning you all, pursuant to the economic situation that is taking place, Now you're seeing all over the world a lot of financial crisis is taking place. Sri Lanka come to a total crash. India following, right? India, Pakistan, well, Pakistan especially following in hot pursuit. Alright? Pakistan following in hot pursuit, along with certain other countries, because this financial situation that is taking place on a global scale, it is not getting any better, or for the better. All right, it just keeps getting worse and worse. All right. I'm gonna see something here, because it's all about control, and the elites, they want such things to take place. where the banking system and all of that. They want such things to take place so that they could have a strong foothold in bringing in their MOTB system, because they're all about gain and they're all about greed. They're all about control. It says Proverbs 15:27, he that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. Alright? And the thing about it is they are not sparing anybody. Alright? They are not even sparing their own house. When I say their own house, their own race. That's why when I go to Sirach, I think it's Sirach 14:5. So yeah, Sirach 14:5, it reads, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Alright? Because we know it will only be so far he will be able to go pursuant to his NWO. Alright? But he would even go as far as subjugating his own people. Alright? The same evils that he's bringing upon, he's looking to bring upon Jake. To have Jake in a perpetual state of slavery, you know, and have Jake being covenanted unto him on the left hand side. Alright? It's the same thing he's going to do to his own people. This just goes to show how wicked this race of people is. Alright? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Alright? Verse 6, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Alright? This is Esau Edom to a T. This is Esau Edom this is the imprint of Esau Edom, you know, concerning their actions. You know, concerning their actions and how they go about doing things to only benefit themselves. And when I say themselves, I'm speaking primarily of the elites. Alright? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergers, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers. You know, and these are the banking families, these are the banking elites. Because things like these, what you're seeing taking place, as I say, is making way. Is making way for that MOTB system. Alright, you see Jamaica, they already go into the digital sphere. Alright? With the Jamdex. Alright, their digital currency, and their digital currency is already rendered legal tendered. Alright? Because pretty soon is not going to have that fiat currency of paper dollar anymore. Because if you notice, everything is, ever since this situation with the Crown Royal 19, everything is online. You're doing everything online and what have you. Which is the building blocks, you know, the foundation towards a whole digitalized system. All right, as we speak here now, you know, in Trinidad right now, they're fast pacing to change everything from paper based to fully digitalized. You know, they call it digital transfer. That's now I had it marked down here. Just bear with my Baba Kush. I had it marked down here in my precept book. That's all. Let's get digital transformation. Digital transformation of data. Alright, DTD. This is what these people are doing in Trinidad here, because remember back then in like what, 2015, all right, 2015 election, all right, Rowley was speaking his manifesto leading up to the elections. He was speaking about e-identity and what have you. All right, personal, everybody having that personal identity. When they go and check in, when they go and do a research on e-identity, is digital. His digital identity, all right, digital identity. Even in his 2020 manifesto, he was speaking about that. You know, the country soon is going to be going paperless and cashless, and everybody having that unique identity. Now, what is going to replace that cash? Your CDBC, your CB, Central Bank Digital Currency, right? Your CBDC. That is what is going to replace that cash. And what is the device going to be used in order for you to access that currency? A RFID CHIP. All right. Here's what it's about. All right. A RFID CHIP, and this is what we've been telling you guys. You know, and with that, they will have full control. All right. These Edomites will have full control. Anytime, not anytime, but when they bring out that infrastructure and when they bring out that infrastructure and put it into place and mandate it, that is what is going to take place. All right. And it is going to come. It is going to sneak in so nice, so sweet, and it's going to come at such a precise time. Because, for instance, take for instance example Sri Lanka. All right. Sri Lanka right now is in turmoil. All right, where their financial they have come to a total collapse. They have come to a total collapse, Sri Lanka. And just as Ukraine, where they start to unroll the whole digital scheme, all right, at the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war, is the same thing is going to be seen taking place in Sri Lanka. Watch and you will see. Watch and you would see. All right. But the thing is, this whole situation is all a trap to ensnare the whole world, but mainly to ensnare Jake, so that they could be able to have full control, to know what you're doing, to know what to eat, and when you're sleeping, be able to monitor your carbon intake and outtake, and you know, be able to tell you what to buy and when to buy and how to buy, how to sell. All right? Because why? I'll come back to that scripture. Because why? Because why? He caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? That no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right? Because this whole build back better, this whole great reset, is nothing to benefit us but to benefit them. All right? It's nothing for our beneficial gain, you know, to sustain us on a greater level, but more so to have us under utter slavery. Yeah? Yeah? So in order for that to be accomplished, they need to have the ultimate scheme Alright, the ultimate infrastructure and the ultimate device to pull it off. Alright? These people, boy, let's go to Psalms 56 and verse 6. Alright, Psalms 56 and 6, it says, they gather themselves together, they hide themselves, they mark my steps when they wait for my soul. And this is what it is about. They're all about marking your steps, marking your carbon footprint. Alright? They're all about marking everything that you do, everything that you say. So now with this digital infrastructure that they put in place, alright, along with oh gosh, what is the name of this thing? Your social credit score, which will be working in tandem with that whole digital scheme, infrastructure and what have you. Alright? You will be literally at the mercy of these elites. Yeah? You can't say nothing against, because it's all about control. You know, they can't now, right now, they can't really control to a full extent in the sense of control what you say and what you know, your feelings towards certain situations, towards certain policies, towards certain laws and what have you. They cannot control what you say or how you feel about it. You know, they cannot control what you want to say and how you feel about the things that is taking place now, you know, by the way of these elites, the policies that they bring in for, they implementing. But again, with that technological advancement and what have you, and that digital system, they could be able to control to a very great extent, to the ultimate extent. Alright? So now, you guys who will be making a covenant with death and hell. Alright? I want what that scripture is again, boy. I think is is in Isaiah, but oh boy. Bear with me. Let me see if I could pull that up. The shucks cover and oh shit, I spelled it wrong. Cover. Covenant with Death. Death. Oh, we go to all there. It's Isaiah 28:18. Alright. I want to look at it. Alright, so let's go to that. Isaiah 28 and 18. I'm more feel like I'll go up some more, you know. Yep. I'll start from verse 15 because this is a situation with a lot of you guys. Because hey, it is this whole situation here is going to come to you guys. First, is going to come to you with it as a choice, you know, this is the only option you have to take it, to try to get out of your financial situation, you know, for you to be able to get to eat and have a shelter over your head and all these things. Alright? But pretty soon right after that, it's going to become mandatory, it's going to be mandated, and if you don't have it, you know, you're going to be considered an outcast, considered a terrorist and what have you, because you will be out of their means of control by you not having it. And that ain't going to be good on your outlook or their outlook. Alright? Because there's no controlling taking place there with the ones who doesn't have that technological advancement. So this is Isaiah 28. This is the situation here with a lot of you all. Because, you guys refuse to come to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You guys, refuse to take heed. Alright, you guys refuse to subject yourself to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. When I say you guys, I'm speaking about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Caribs, Arawaks, Taínos, Incas, Mayans, Aztecas. Alright? These people group who make up the 12 tribes of Israel. So it reads, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are at agreement, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, alright, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood we have hid ourselves. Alright, this will be the mindset with a lot of new jakes, because you have no faith. You have no faith, you have no faith, you have no belief in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you trust in the system. Alright, you make the system your stronghold, you make the system your stronghold. Alright? When a lot of you all who is going to make it the system your stronghold, know for a fact that the system, see the cock of the crow on that one. You know that the system is not for your benefit, but you see, the thing is, they trust in man. They put the trust in man rather than put the trust in the Most High God. Alright? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I lay in Zion a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Alright? He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding place. And this is what is taking place now, pursuant to this truth, via this truth, starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, on downwards. Verse 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled. Alright? Because pursuant to verse 17, righteousness will lay hold, And the thing about it is, the lies and the deceits that you guys was holding on to is going to be exposed on a even greater. Right now it's being exposed, but you see, the thing is, you guys not yielding to it. But the time is going to come now where you all in it so deep and come to the realization that you're in too deep that you can't get out, and then come to the realization that these men that you all were scoffing at and mocking at while they was just trying to give you the gospel truth, you come to the realization that these men were speaking the truth and was warning you, and was only seeking after your lives and soul for righteousness. Alright, so that's why it said, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Alright, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Alright? Because, hey, when you take this thing and thinking, well, alright, things is going to be good on your side, because, you obeyed the powers that be, a lot of you Christians, you're going to fall for that, I think it's Romans 13, you always going to fall for that Romans 13, that false understanding of Romans 13. That false breakdown of Romans 13, because the government is going to use that, to make sure and have you guys under subjection. Alright, see, they don't have you guys in the church house with mask on. Alright, you cannot go to the church house unless you take the antidote and what have you, these things. So that just goes to show the level of subjugation, the level of submissiveness that you jakes willing to be under by your slave master. All right, because when this whole banking system come to a crash, you always going to be in panic mode. You know? You always going to be in panic mode because it is going to cause a whole lot of uproar. The ones who just like a battery doll, you know, who depends on the government, who will just strictly depend on the government. You all will just sit back there, you know, and then they go have the ones, you know, who would want to rise up against the government to fight back. Like pursuant to what you're seeing in Sri Lanka and other places. Alright? Because this situation here that is coming globally head on, it done start to cause uproar, you know, and there's what the scripture is speaking about, you know. Let's go to let me see, I'll go to 2nd Esdras 9 and 1 first, and then I will go over to 2nd Esdras 15. So 2nd Esdras 9, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before, even from the beginning. And this is what is seen taking place, showing the four corners of the earth. Alright? Places like Macedonia, Kenya, Ghana, mass protests for concerning high. That's when the bank, and you know, yeah, you have food shortages and high prices, Salakia, with your food. All right. Ecuador, Argentina, you know, this is what is taking place. All right. As the brother speaking there in China, you know, people protesting for the money because they can't have any access to the money. You know, so you know, because China is a how I go pay. China is China is like I wouldn't say a playground, but I'm trying to get the word, boy. You know, China, I would say an example. China, the elite is using China as an example. You know, the China is like the forerunner, you know, into what is going to take place short the four corners of the earth, you know. China, they're using China as a catapult. Alright? Because these Moabites, they think that they're gonna have next, you know. Don't get it twisted. These Moabites think that they're gonna have next. But they ain't gonna have next. They ain't gonna have shit. Yeah? They ain't gonna have shit. Yeah? The next that is going to have this whole rulership is Yahweh Shai and his people. Alright? Yahweh Shai and his people, Yahweh Shai, King David, you know, and the 144,000 elect along with the 1/3. That is going to be the new rulership. You know, after this whole mess, this whole dystopian nightmare that the whole world is coming under comes to a grinding halt. You know? But before that, you know, before that take place, this have to take place, going back to Revelation 3 and 10. Revelation 3 and 10, it says, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth to try them that dwell upon the earth. And what that hour of temptation is going to bring mass chaos. Yeah? It is going to bring mass chaos. Pursuant to 2nd Esdras 15 and I think verse 15. I will start from verse 14 actually. Alright, second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Alright? For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Alright? Because all this is the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? And it is going to be all sorts of different groups fighting against one another. All different sorts of groups, not just race wars and, you know. You're going to have those fighting against the governments. Alright? Who fighting against militias. You know? Who fighting against their own neighbor. You know? Let's go back to 2 Ezra 13. Let me see. Yeah, let me see, 2 Ezra 13. And I will start at 29. It reads, Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Alright? And one, just like how you're seeing them, that's like how we're witnessing right now, a cockfight between two roosters here. Yeah? And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Alright? This is what is happening. So when I go back to verse 15 in 2 Ezra, right? For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people. Verse 15, 2 Ezra 15, right? And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Alright? Because with this whole economic crisis and food crisis and all these things, this is what it is leading up to. Yeah, this is what it is leading up to. And it is going to be something bloody. It's going to be very, very, very bloody. Very bloody. Yeah? Because in Trinidad we have a saying, a hungry man is an angry man. Alright? It's going to be very bloody because you have to understand that people, this is people livelihood you're speaking about. Alright? People who work 20 years, 30 years, 35 years, 40 years in an establishment, whether it be government or private, you know, and sacrifice all these years of sacrifice, you know, put up life insurance, health insurance, you know, save up all that money in the bank, you know, to whether it is to build a house, or, you know, the retirement, to see all that just go out, that's fade away, puff, and nothing to compensate them. Alright, nothing to compensate them. What do you think is what you really think was going to be the end result? Yeah, what you really think is going to be the end result? Alright? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. And again, Sri Lanka is a big example. Sri Lanka is a big example. Alright? Because, hey, what they do? They storm the presidential house, or the president scampering out of Sri Lanka. They burn down the prime minister house. And it is coming to a country near you. Alright? Because these elites, and that is how they taken, according to Brother Yerushalayim, that is how they taken away you guys' defense right now by the banking system. Because this banking system it was rigged from the beginning. All right, this whole banking system was rigged from the beginning, starting with the central banks. All right, going all the way down to the commercial banks. I have something to show before I continue. I almost finished with this video. Let's have a couple scriptures, but let me just find this here. Bear with me, Baba Kwasha. All right, so this is an article that one of the brothers from of the group chat and WhatsApp sent. All right, and I think you all should get a good read of this, a good understanding of this here. All right, because this is what the elites want: a cashless society. Banks have full control of every single penny you own. All right, they have full control of every single penny that you own. All right, every transaction you make is recorded. All your movements and actions are traceable. Access to your money can be blocked at the click of a button, which is going to be taking place with this MOTB system. You know, you talk against the government. You know, you have any disagreements to what policies and whatnot that the elites that be the powers that be implement. By the push of a button, they could switch off, you know. And before you know it, you cannot buy, you cannot sell. All right? Access to your money can be blocked at the click of a button. You will have no choice but to declare and be taxed on every penny in your possession. And they don't need, when that MOTB system is implemented, all right, they could just take it off from right off your chip. All right, they could just tax you from right off your chip. Right, you don't have to walk in to pay no taxes, walk into no building, to no establishment, you know, to pay taxes and to file for taxes, and no, they take it right off your chip. All right, the government will decide what you can and cannot purchase. All right, if your transactions are deemed in any way questionable by those who create the questions, your money will be frozen for your own good. It's for your own good. Yeah. And this is the situation that our people likes. All right, so bear with me. This is the situation that our people likes. This is the situation here that, you know, a lot of our people will fall under. All right? Because they refuse, you know, to be under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? But hey, it is what it is. This is Proverbs 12:3. It reads, a man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not stand. Why a man shall not be established by wickedness? When I go to Sirach 19, and I think it's 19, and bear with me. No, 22 actually. All right, Sirach 19:22, it reads, the knowledge of wickedness. That's why you wouldn't be established. Because your knowledge, Esau Edom's knowledge, is of wickedness. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. All right? So going back. All right? A man shall not be established by wickedness. All right? But the root of the righteous shall not be moved. Going down to verse 5, the thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsel of the wicked are deceit. All right, and this is what this is what they rule this world by, and this is what they are going to gain. This is how they are going to gain their NWO, you know, by the way of deceit. All right. There's the only way they could be able to by deceiving the people, by deceiving the masses. Yeah? That is the only way. Alright? And again, China is paving the way. Yeah? the elites are using China. They're starting off with China. China is paving the way. You're going to check China's digital, the digital business, you know, and the social credit score system, which is working hand in hand. Because China is a cashless society. All right? That is what's coming worldwide. All right? That's why when I'm going back to Second Esdras, that's why Yahweh Hashem Yahshai said this, Second Esdras 15 and 47. It reads, woe be unto thee, thou 47. No, not 47. Just now, bear with me. Yeah, 47, it was 47. No, 46 actually. Second Esdras 15 and 46. It reads, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, all right, and art the glory of her person, because these Moabites, they follow just as fashion, they follow just as suit to Esau Edom. All right, they follow the ways they take pattern from Esau Edom. All right, till they're looking to try to beat Esau Edom at their own game, at Esau Edom own game. All right. So it says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. Unto who? Her. Babylon. All right, America. All right, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. All right. What is that invention? That digital system, that CDBC, that digital ID, you know, along with that RFID CHIP. All right, that technological advancement. All right, that sorcery, that witchcraft, ultimate sorcery, ultimate witchcraft. Therefore saith Yahweh, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right? Because you guys are following suit just as Esau Edom, bringing the whole world under a wicked subjugation, an evil subjugation. All right? Where that system that you're implementing, that system is a system to cross out, to X out, to eliminate out. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Which you can't, you will never be able to succeed. But, you know, it just goes to show the lengths and the measures and the means of how far these heathens will go to get ultimate power, to get world dominance. These heathens, boy. These heathens. Yeah? That's why let's go to, because, hey, why are they doing that? Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Where the hell are we going? Let's go to Psalms 49 and 11. It reads, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. This is the reason why. Because they think that they're going to stay upon the earth forever. They think that, you know, they are going to have that through the AI technology, they're going to have artificial immortality. And, you know, they're going to continue to rule this world, and it's not going to have that. Yeah, it's not going to have that. All right? It's not going to have that. That's why we pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, you know, that, you know, he cut the wicked asunder. All right? Because without Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, we ain't gonna conquer this. We ain't gonna be able to conquer this demon and this devil. by the way of Esau Edom. Alright? Psalm 7 and 9. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just for the righteousness. For the righteous Yahweh power trieth the hearts and reins. And this is what we're praying for. Because if you leave this man alone, if you really leave this man alone to do what he had to do, crap or smoke with pipe, you know, that's why the scripture say, it's Revelation 24 and 22. Not Revelation, actually, Matthew 24. Matthew 24, and I think it's 22, yeah? Alright? Yeah, Matthew 24, 22, and except those days should be shortened, alright? There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, the days shall be shortened. Alright? Because the things that is coming up on the face of the earth is things that the earth has never seen before. Alright? Things that the earth has never seen before. So let's go back to Psalms 7 and 10. I'll read verse 9. Alright? My defenses of Yahweh would save the upright in heart. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry. He is angry with the wicked every day. Because the wicked continually just doing wickedness. Alright? Yeah? If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. Alright? He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travelleth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. This is Esau Edom here for you. Alright? He made a pit and digged it, and has fallen into the ditch which he made, because this is what is going to take place with him. Alright? His mischief shall return upon his own head. His violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will praise the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, the Most High. Alright? This is what we're praying for. Alright? Still in the book of Psalms 10. Psalms 10 and 3, it reads, for the wicked boasteth of his hard desire. Alright? What is his hard desire? To make sure and technologically advance every single man, woman, and child upon the face of the earth, to have them under utter subjection, utter control. Alright? And bless the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. Yeah? The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh power is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For all, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I will never be in adversity. Alright? This is the pride of Esau Edom. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth up in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. Alright? His eyes are privily set against the poor, which is who? Israel. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor by the way of his technological advancement. By the way of what? Problem, action, solution. Alright? By him causing the problem so that the people would react and beg for a solution. But the thing is, his solution is a deceitful solution. His solution is all about your destruction, all about your demise. Alright? It's nothing for your beneficial gain. Alright? He doth catch the poor when he draweth. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, the poor, that the poor may fall by what? By his strong ones. Yeah? This is Esau Edom. This is Esau Edom for you. Alright, last scripture, which is Nahum 3:1. It reads, "Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery, the prey departed not." Alright? The prey departed not. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and the jumping of chariots. Alright? And yeah, the scriptures refers to our slavery and how they had us in slavery, but it's twofold. Alright? It's also for this time here that we're living in here now, this time that we are coming closer and closer to. Alright? The horsemen lift up both the bright sword, alright, which is the stormtroopers, alright, and the glittering spear, alright, which is the firearm, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft. Alright? Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and thy kingdoms thy shame. Alright? Alright? Which is what? When he bring down Esau, Edom with utter destruction by the way of thermonuclear fire. Alright? And the nations will be like, is this the man that made kingdoms to shake? You know? That rained fire upon these nations? Is this the man? Because you're going to come down to naught. Your whole system and all your ideologies and whatnot is going to come to naught, Esau. And to all you other nations, you know, who follows right after Esau, who follows after the beast, who marvel after the beast. Yeah? So I hope you was edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua and really get to understand the situation that we're in here now. The times that we're living in here now. And what you ought to do with it. You know, whatever little time that we have left. Because it's not much. I can guarantee you that. It's not much. Alright, so Kal Halayam. La Alahaya Nawa Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Rakah HaKodash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations unto the brothers who preach and teach us truth through the four corners of the earth. Risking their lives and the freedom to do so no more than ever for this truth. Shalom unto the despicable Israelites who may look like the other nations, as the other nations, but are Israel through their forefatherly lineage. And shalom unto the very few but faithful Akawat. Your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad, signing out and saying shalom.